Welcome back to my channel. We are seeing how many books I can read within a 24-hour period, but we're only reading thriller and mystery book. I am so excited for this one because I've been like, I slowly think that I'm either in or going into a reading slump. I don't know what's going on. I think it's the winter blues, but I haven't been reading. Every book that I've read I have DNF somehow, and I don't like this. I want to read at least like 3, maybe 2 books in this video. You know, it's 24 hours, so I'm hoping that I can actually get through like maybe 3 books. You know, that's a goal. But I recently bought this book because I got a comment that told me to check The Black Queen out and that it was really good, so I bought it immediately. My last video I read thriller for the first time and I find my first 5-star of the year, which was A Good Girl Guide to Murder. I want to read the second one. I have been thinking about this book non-stop. I was like, I haven't been feeling good this whole like 2 weeks, but honestly every single time I think of reading, or whenever I couldn't get into the books that I was trying to read for the past 2 weeks, I just keep thinking of the plot of Good Girl's Guide to Murder, the twist, every single thing about that book I loved. And so I just want to jump into this one. This is the first one that we are going to read in this reading vlog, and then after definitely I want to read this one. And yeah, I read the back and I really like the back, so I'm like, definitely these 2 will be read. And I think if there's time, you know, if there's time, I actually want to finish The Housemaid. I've started this I think early in December and I never picked it back up, so I'm gonna finish this one, and hopefully we still have time for like another one. That's me hoping we do, you know. And then I could read I Feed Her to the Beast and the Beast is Me. That is the goal today. Let's start. Reading for 1 hour and 25 minutes. I am loving this so far. It is so good. Also, the details that she put in this book, it's so insightful. It's so insightful, and I'm loving every single thing about it. Like, Pitt record podcast. Pitt has a podcast, right? And whenever she's recording, there's like a wavelength that tells you that she's recording. Also, oh my gosh, there was this one time she mentioned that like Pitt had found like a piece of trash like this, like a piece of paper in Jimmy's bedroom. And look at this. You turn the page and there's a piece of paper and there's the carpet. Everything is described so perfectly. But just in case you're not a like visual reader, she has a picture there for you to see that. Like, you feel like you in this book, like you feel like you Pitt. You're just like, I'm solving this case. I'm solving this case, because she gives you every little details that you need. And I'm just sitting there like, this is the most perfect thing I have ever seen. Like, I just love it. I did not think that I need this in a book, but now that I have it, I'm like, I don't know how I'm gonna go in and just read a book with no insightful details like that. Like, I need that. But basically in this one, we are following a missing case. Like Good Girl's Guide to Murder, like we were following a murder that happened, but in this one we are following Jamie, who went missing. Pitt swore that she was done with detective work. She read Good Girl's Guide to Murder, then you know like the twist, and you know something happened to Pitt, and now her mom's just like, you need to focus in school, please do not do this ever again. We don't need this thing to come into our like family. We don't need any of this. Like, focus in school, go to college, and this is the end. You're never going to do this again. And she promised. She's like, yeah, I promise I'm not going to do this. She was actually done. She was just finishing the podcast, putting it out there, and then everything was, she's gonna wash her hands and be like, I am done with all of this. Just, this is it. Until her friend Conrad came and he's like, hey, I need your help. Jimmy, her like Conrad's big brother, has gone missing, and the police isn't like doing nothing about it because Jimmy is an adult and he has done things like this before. Like, he has gone missing for days and just come back and be like, yeah, I was at my friend's house. So the police just like, yeah, he's done this before. Like, he's an adult, he's done this before. I'm sure like how many days he's gonna just show up it's fine. He's a little risk. Conrad told Pitt like this time feels different because Jimmy has not been himself. He's like, he's just been on edge. He has been acting out of character. Like little things just feels different this time, and I don't think like he's gonna just show up out of nowhere. At first Pitt was just like, yeah, no, I'm sorry that this happened to you, but I physically I cannot do this. Like a lot of things happen and I just don't think I can put myself and my family and my friends through that again. And she went to the police for them because she's like, okay, but I'll go to the police, I'll talk to some people that I know and hopefully they'll take his case seriously. Goes to the police and the police told him the same thing, that yeah, Jimmy is an adult. Like adult goes places sometimes, that doesn't mean missing, he will be fine. And so she called her friend and she was just like, yeah, I'll take the case. So now she has a missing case and she hasn't told her mom about it, so it's just her and Ravi that knows, and she's just been working. And I'm just like, oh, like I just love this so very much. I am in chapter 11, page 109. I am just so excited. I want to know every single thing. Let's jump back into it. I'm going to put my little headphone on. Let's go. So a little detail that we just learned about Jimmy is that he was in a lot of trouble with someone that involves some type of money or something. It was like a life or death situation, and he was lying to his family and said he still had a job when he like had been fired. So that's what's happening, and I just like, I don't know, I'm like so it's someone, like I feel like it's someone that we don't know. I feel like it's someone that we haven't met, because I'm just like, okay, it's not his mom, because like if you owe your family money, it's not really life or death. It's, well, my family. Sometimes I'd ask my sister for money and I never paid back. Like I got you, you're my sister, what are you gonna do? But maybe, I don't know. Now I'm just like, who could it have been? Like I'm literally guessing so hard right now, and like it's so early in the book, but I'm just like, who is it? Like who on earth is it? But yeah, I'm in chapter 15 and we're just going to find out what's happening. Pitt has put the missing person flyer up, and so a lot of people has been seeing that and calling in and like emailing and say, hey, I have seen him and da-da-da. And although those information are important, it kind of just feels repetitive because people, like, it was just like pages after pages of kind of like the same information but from different perspective, you know. But then at the same time you also need to pay close attention. Though everything is like repetitive, I know that I'm supposed to pay close attention to every detail that has been said, and everyone that called and everyone that says, yeah, I saw him and da-da-da and da-da-da, like, you know, because I'm saying like, well, this person might say, yeah, I saw him in a burgundy shirt and he was wearing a watch, and then this person says, no, it was actually a black hoodie and he didn't have a watch on. And so you need to know, like, there's different details being told, but then at the same time I'm just kind of like impatient. I'm kind of like impatient. I'm like, okay, get on with it. Like, what's happening? Like, I want to know the ending. And I think that's what just makes it feel like, it just makes it feel like repetitive for me just a little bit. But we got a little book haul. I already opened the first one. I've been wanting to read this book because I always see it on my For You page and a lot of people loves it, but they always say it's also heartbreaking because I think I think she got abused, like, you know, physically. After the untimely death of her mother, Caprice has to move in with her grandmother. At 8 years old, life as she knows it is turned upside down. The trauma of losing her mother is made worse with the introduction of Marcel, her grandmother's adult son, who still lives in the home. We watch Caprice grows from 8 years old to 16 to 28 years old. She gets hurt, she falls in love, she grows, and she might just overcome. So yeah, this might break me. This might break me, but I always see it everywhere on my For You page, so I've been wanting to read it. But I cannot wait to read this. It is so highly talked about on Book Talk. And also one creator that I follow, Eden Victoria, she loves this book and she's just couldn't stop talking about it. So I'm just like, I have to get this book and read it because of her. Oh my god, I'm excited for this one. This is the Last Minute First Lady. I love the cover and I was just like, the Last Minute First Lady, you say? Okay, what does that mean? And so I cannot wait to read it, and it just, I don't know, I think I'm going to really like it. We have one more box. God. I'm telling you, I'm in my little mafia era. Look at this. Oh my God. Oh my God. Wait, no, I need this. I need this. When I have my book and it's published, I want illustration. This is fire. This is amazing. I'm inspired. No, let's actually get back into reading. One important thing just happened. She was trying to get into Jimmy's computer for the last like 24 chapters, but they couldn't like get into it, but they just get the password. So I think this is where the story might get a little bit more interesting, because as of right now, like, I'm still captivated. I still want to know what's happening. I'm still very intrigued, but like, I have to say, nothing like significant has happened. Like I said, like, it's just like nothing has happened. It's just like, I don't know, it's just like random information that we're learning. I don't know, I'm just kind of, if I'm being honest, a little bored. But now in chapter 24, we just learned that he was googling like how to fight, a lot of things that he was searching. And so I'm thinking, okay, good, like, you're giving me something in chapter 24. I'm not loving this as much as I thought I was going to, because I just feel like everything that has happened is not bringing us anywhere. Like, any information that we've heard, every little things, every little interviews that she has, that people's like, yeah, I saw him this day and that day. I'm like, well, it's not bringing us anywhere. So why are we even learning this? Why are you even doing this? Like, it's not bringing us anywhere at all whatsoever. I'm bored at the moment. Ignore everything I just said. I'm a little sad now. So we just find out something. And I was in shock for a good 2 or 3 minutes. So just ignore it. Well, I'm done. I didn't love this one. I did not love it as much as I loved the first one. Something about this just seems a little bit boring. My expectation for this book was just so high, and I feel like it was kind of like my fault. Like, the twist, like when we find out what was going on, was just so underwhelming to me, and I'm just like, oh, okay, I guess. I do not know if I want to rate it like a 3.5 or a 3. I think I'm just gonna go with a 3.5 or a 3.7. I think I'm going to take a break before I jumped into the Black Queen. I just feel a little tired. My head is hurting, and I feel like my anemia is gonna kick in, and so I don't want to just go into a book. This is about Nova, the first Black upcoming queen, is dead, murdered the night of her coronation. Her body was found the next morning in the old slave cemetery. 𝐒𝐦𝐤 was supposed to be queen. Not only is she beautiful, wealthy, and white, it's her legacy. Her grandmother, her mother, and even her sister wore the crown before her. Everyone knows that 𝐒𝐦𝐤 will do anything to carry on the tradition. She did it. No one is more certain of that than Duchess, Nova's best friend. Duchess is convinced that 𝐒𝐦𝐤 killed Nova, and she's determined to prove 𝐒𝐦𝐤's guilt. Only to do that, she have to get close to her. But 𝐒𝐦𝐤 has an agenda too. Everyone loved Nova, and sometimes love is exactly what gets you killed. It sounds so good. So yeah, I'm gonna go, and I'll see you when we start the Black Queen. I just need to take care of myself for a moment. Just really need to breathe for a moment. I've been reading for 6 hours. My brain is not working. Good morning. I started reading this last night, and I woke up this morning at like 6, and I picked it right back up because I wanted to just finish it. I've been reading for 13 hours. 13 hours, I think. Yeah, 13 hours and 14 minutes and 25 seconds. I am really liking it. There are parts that I don't like, but like majority of it, I'm really liking it. This is about Nova, who was like the first Black homecoming queen at this high school, Lovett High. On the night of her coronation like thing, she ended up being life, murdered, you know. Also following Tinsley. Tinsley is the rich, privileged, wealthy white girl who just think like, well, the crown should be mine, because it's like a tradition almost. Her grandmother wore that crown, her mother wore that crown, her sister wore that crown, so it's now her time for her to wear that crown. Nova is new to this high school. She came like junior year, and all eyes are like faced on her because she's really pretty. She has like beautiful blue eyes, all of this. And Tinsley's just like, hey, you need to step down. You need to step down. Like, just say, I don't want this. And Nova's just like, yeah, you will win this, like, over my dead body. And she's dead now. So all fingers are printed to Tinsley. But also because on the night that Nova ended up being dead, Tinsley said something that was absolutely absurd. I was like, oh, girl, I was just like, that took me off guard. When I heard that, I was like, ooh, damn, all right, you going there, I guess. And her friend, one of her friend was recording, posted that online, which was like really messed up, but I can see it being done. Posted that online, and now that is the next morning, and Nova is actually dead. Every finger is pointed to that girl, because what she said, I think I can say it. She says like, I should unalive her and like drop her body to this old slave cemetery. And what she said actually happened to Nova. Her body was found in the old slave cemetery. So I woke up so early. Like, I did not go to bed like early. I went to bed quite late because I was reading it. And I woke up at 6 and I'm like, all right, let's do this. Because I just want to finish it. One, I want to finish the challenge, but also because I want to see who did it. Because like this author has you like questioning everybody. Just seems a little bit suspicious. I know. I was gonna say I think I know who did it, but I don't think I know who did it. So I'm gonna go to the park because all yesterday I sat here in this house. You saw me here in this house reading. I wanna breathe some fresh air. So yeah, that's what's going to happen. And I'm just gonna go finish this, and I'm gonna go with the housemate, or maybe I feel there should be in the business me, because I'm going to finish this at the park and I just wanna sit there and start another book. We have not talked since yesterday morning. I finished this and I started this yesterday, and I also finished it this morning. But let's talk about this one first. I think I'm gonna end up giving it like a 3.75 star, simply because I guessed it. I guessed like two little big things. Well, first I guessed who did it. Like at first I was like, I don't think so. Like I don't think it's like this person that did it. I don't think. And then like after I read chapter 28, I think it was chapter 28 or something, I'm like, it has to be this person. It's definitely this person. Like I was not doubting it. I was like, hey, it's you. I know it's you for sure. And I was right. There was also the secret about like, it was like a family tree thing about Nova. I think everyone guessed that part because like 50% in, you kind of guessed it. You know what I mean? I feel like everyone that read that book, and you like, if you focus in on every little details, after Tinsley saw somebody with someone, I was just like, it's you. It's you. And I was right. And I think that's why it's not like a 4-star or something. I just guessed it. I think I said yesterday, like, I was gonna say I know who did it, but I don't think it's this person. I was right. Like, I was right. And yeah, I still very much like it. I would recommend it. I think it's a 3.75 star for sure. Yeah, but you know what was a 5-star for me? Oh my god, mind blowing, crazy. I love that book. I had so many emotions reading that book. I was angry, I was like mad, and then I went to confusion, and then shocked, and then happy. Like this little book had me all in my emotions. And then at the end I was just like, wow, this was mind blowing. Like I freaking love this book. I feel like I'm the last person on earth to read this book, but if you're like me and you like haven't read it, please pick it up. You are missing out. This is about Millie. Millie is an ex-convict. She is going through it right now. She cannot find a job. I mean, like, you know, fresh out of prison, it's hard for you to find a job. But she actually like got a job offer with the Winchester. On the day of the interview, everything is nice, though the house was messy, but the house is big, everything is nice. The lady of the house, Nina, seems nice enough, you know. It's like, this is weird, but I'll take it. Like, what is she gonna do? She's out of parole. If she messed up, she's going back to prison. Nobody wants that. She's like, yeah, like great. I'm not gonna sleep in my car. This is perfect. This is great. She became the housemaid, goes in the house to live with them. And there's a lot of, this house is big. There's like guest room. But Nina, the lady of the house, gave Millie the smallest room in the house. Smarter than like a broom's closet. Just imagine that. And she's like, huh, okay, weird. But she's happy, you know, as convict. She's happy. She's like, I just really wanted a job. I don't want to go back to prison again. This is good for me. She sits there and she's happy and she's like working, and things just started happening. The lady of the house started acting a little bit weird. One day she's happy, everything is good, and then the next day she's just switched. Nothing is good. Nothing is great. She's saying, I told you this, Millie. And Millie's just like, you didn't tell me that. You did not tell me that. She's making Millie's life miserable. Miserable. Everything is just like, oof. Like, what's going on with this lady? Like, that's when my anger came. I'm like, I am so angry right now. What is wrong with this lady? And then I'm just like, oh, I'm confused. Like, I want to know what's happening. Like, I want to fight you. I can't fight. But if I could, you know, I would have jumped in and be like, stop with you. Along with everything going wrong, Nina has a daughter. She is a little creepy, disrespectful child. So things just, it's not well. It's not good. Everything is just creepy. You confused. Up until chapter 39. I think it was chapter 39. Up until in chapter 28. Yeah, chapter 28. It switched POV. And you just mind blown. Like, wait, what? What's happening? What's happening? And you just so confused. But every question you had in the beginning of the book, like part 1 of the book, is being answered. And you're just confused and just like, oh my God, what's going on? Like, it's just everything. It's just unraveling and you just don't know what to do but just like finish the book because you're like, I need to know what happened. I need to know how this ends. And so you just keep going. Like, that's why I hadn't talked, because I'm like, I need to know what's happening. And literally, it had you shocked, it had you angry, it had you happy, because you're just like, oh my God, finally. And in the end, you're just like, wow, this was so good. It was so good. This story was so twisted. Some part of it was so incredibly twisted, but my 5-star is straight up. Like, there was no, is it a 5-star? I closed it, I was like, 5-star. Immediately 5 stars. But yeah, it's so good. We actually didn't read for 24 hours straight. We read for 22 hours and 35 minutes. I don't think I can start a book and finish it in 1 hour and a half. I don't think that's going to happen, but I had fun. Thank you so very much for watching this video. Take care of yourself, drink water, and read a book. Yeah, happy reading. God bless you. I will see you soon. Bye.